Yep, I fell off the bandwagon, though I'm not really disappointed. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Malingi, aka LINGLING, aka MJ, and welcome back to another episode of my life. So, this week's video is sponsored by no one. This week's video, as you guys can tell by the title, I wanted to talk to you guys about the struggling with diet. I, for the past week, have been struggling with my diet. We had several occasions going on. We had birthdays, we had some random celebrations, and it just caused me to go out and eat a lot. I did spend quite a bit of money, as well as obviously eating out. So I did struggle with my diet last week. It was pretty tough. It was pretty hard on my body, and I definitely broke ketosis. And all right, so I think when we talk about struggling with dieting or struggling with your diet, the reason why I say diet is because a lot of people treat this diet as a temporary period, as a temporary change, although it is a lifestyle change, right? And I know you guys have probably heard that a lot. You guys have probably heard it a lot that it is a lifestyle change, and it is. It takes a long time to incorporate these things into your life. So we shouldn't really, I don't encourage you guys to use it as a temporary period or as a temporary fix. So I think that is one of the things that we have to highlight during this video, is that we have to get rid of the idea of diets, that it's perfectly normal to have an off week. Okay, like if you go off your diet, that's completely fine, that's completely okay. No one's holding anything against you. Especially during the holiday season. We're now coming up to the holiday season. Christmas is literally right around the corner. And we are surrounded by family and friends. And there are a lot of foods. There are a lot of festivities. And there's a lot of drinking as well. And there could be a lot of whatever fun that you decide to have. And we shouldn't feel too bad about it. And we shouldn't feel bad at all. You know, because we are celebrating, okay? And it's the time of the year, it's that time of the year where we all get together and we just celebrate. And I remember reading one of these comments, or I read it somewhere, where someone said, you know, when they're on keto and when it comes to holiday season, some people don't actually have treat meals. And the reason why I call it treat meals is because I don't like the idea of cheat meals. It has a negative connotation to it. And I mean, you can still call it cheat meal or whatever. I just prefer calling it as a treat meal. Knowing when to turn that shit off, that is one of the things that I read somewhere. I forgot where I read it, but knowing when to turn it off and literally eat whatever you want and treat yourself. Before we get into the main gist of this video, guys, please check out the most recent upload. I had collaborated with a good friend of mine. His name is Alex, and as you guys can tell by the title of the last video right up here, it is the sequel, I guess you could say, to what it's like being 300 pounds. My mate is currently morbidly obese, so the title is called What It's Like Being Morbidly Obese, and you guys can check out that video and see the difficulties and challenges being morbidly obese. If you guys haven't already, you guys can give this video a big thumbs up, and if you guys can, please press that subscribe button down there and consider becoming a subscriber today. Let's get into the video. So the first thing that I want to highlight is going on a diet and not a lifestyle change. Now, I did bring this up before, and it's when people hear the word diet, there's kind of like a negative connotation to it. And the reason why I say that is because what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think of diet? I'll wait. Right? Yeah, of course. For me, restrictive is the first word that comes to my mind. Now, that depends on the perspective of the user or the perspective of the dieter. It really depends. But for me, when I think of it, growing up, I've always thought it as restrictive because it restricts me from eating certain other foods that I've always wanted to have. Restrictive is the first word that comes to my mind personally. And it does have that negative connotation to it because you don't have that opportunity to eat whatever you want. And of course, that's right, because you need to learn how to control your intake in moderation, especially with the foods, whatever you want to eat. Those foods that you whatever want to eat are most likely unhealthy. Okay, they're most likely junk. They're high in unhealthy fats, sugar, you can name all of it, sodium, everything. Another thing that I also wanted to highlight on as well is that people have been making these challenges where they do 21-day challenges, 30-day challenges, 45-day challenges. They're amazing. They're great and all, definitely great and all, especially considering that when I first started losing weight, like back in high school, this was a long time ago, I lost around 30 kilos. And the first thing that I did was create a plan. And that plan lasted 90 days. Now, these plans and these challenges are great and all. They definitely are, especially the 90-day ones. The longer, the better, to be honest. Man, his hat is squeezing my head. I just have a big head. Like, I remember saying this before, like literally 30 kilos heavier. My head ain't lose any weight. All right, so getting back to it, these challenges are great and all. However, the implications post challenges can be quite dire. When we complete these challenges, there needs to be a plan. There needs to be some sort of structure that we can follow, so that we don't undo all the work from those challenges. Another thing that I also wanted to cover as well is that setting timelines. I've spoken about this before. In fact, you guys can check out my video right up here. This is my very first video that I talked to you guys about, that I showed you guys after quarantine. I titled it Gaining Weight During Quarantine, and that's because I gained a ton of weight during quarantine. I gained around 20 kilos in like the span of 3 to 4 months. It was very quick. I have plenty of stretch marks to prove that. And it was quite ridiculous. It was quite ridiculous, but that video is so important. And I wanted to talk about the challenges of quarantine and being in lockdown and not being able to necessarily go to the gyms. You could work out, and I tried working out by going outdoors and doing all of that, but it just wasn't me. It didn't work. So I said it before in that video and I'll say it now. Creating timelines for your goals, they can be somewhat good, but they can also be counterproductive. When we create timelines, we are always eager to meet those goals by that certain date. Just like when you have an assignment, you want to get it by the deadline. And if we don't get it by the deadline, there are penalties, right? There are penalties that are imposed onto you, your work, whatever. And that is the exact same thing when we create timelines for ourselves, is that we impose these penalties. We make ourselves feel bad, we self-sabotage, and we do a lot of these things that are just not good for us. They're not beneficial. They serve us in no way. A disservice to us. I fall victim to this a lot. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at my past videos, and you guys can look at my past videos as well. Losing 10 kilos in 1 month, losing 20 kilos in 2 months, losing 30 kilos in 3 months. You guys can see all of this literally on my YouTube channel, and you guys can just see that, wow, I lost 10 kilos every single month consecutively. And if you guys were expecting losing 40 kilos in 4 months, then I mean, you're joking yourselves, I'm joking myself. It's not gonna happen. It would have been nice to have it happen, but I am so proud of where I've come, and I'm so proud that I've lost this amount of weight. So I'm really, at this point, I am trying to compete with myself. I look at my old pictures and I'm like, I'm coming, bitch. That is what motivates me, is my past self and my future self. I am doing this for my future self. So anyways, guys, that we have now come to the end of this video. Now I want to encourage you guys to continue moving forward. I want you guys to continue pressing onwards with your journey, whether it be losing weight, gaining weight. I know it's hard for our skinny fellas out there as well. It is really hard, but for the fat fellas out there, let me tell you, keep pressing forward, keep getting down, keep going to the gym, keep eating right, Okay, eating right is the most important thing, and keep living your life and think positive, be positive. I trust that you guys are well. I trust that you guys will have an amazing Christmas as well. I also want to shout out to all my subscribers out there. I have been just had a oh, geez, I'm really grateful for all of you guys. I can't even put it into words. I really, really am grateful. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed this video and you found this video helpful, guys, please give it a big thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, queries, concerns, inquiries, whatever, please drop it down into the comment section below. And if you guys like and enjoy what you see and you want to see new content every single Tuesday, consider pressing the subscribe button down there. And with that being said, guys, like always, you guys stay safe, stay tuned, and stay Gucci. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.